back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations coming at you today with another video on Skylanders Ring of Heroes. And today we're going to be diving into the Dark Subjugation and bringing you guys some tips and tricks that you definitely can use to increase your score and hopefully increase your rank by the reset, so that way you get some awesome, fantastic rewards. But as always, before we dive in, if you are new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest mobile games, or maybe you got something that you want to offer as far as a game that you think I should feature on the channel, drop that down below in the comments. But nevertheless, you need to smash that red subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you get notification every time we drop a video. And with that being the case, let's dive right in. Diving right in, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing we're going to be taking a look at is going to be exactly how does the Dark Subjugation work. So, if you didn't play Skylanders Ring of Heroes back in 2018, then you probably have no clue what this system is, or maybe that you were just trying to auto the system every single day just to get whatever rewards that you can achieve, and then you're moving on to other content. Nevertheless, diving in, the first thing you need to know is that you get 3 attempts per day in order to get the best score, or basically do the most damage that you can to increase your overall season rank. And then based on your season rank, you're going to get a season rank reward. And then not only that, based on your current rank, or basically the rank of how much damage you do like through the single day, you also get a reward. So you can see some of that from looking at the reward info here. You can see the daily grade reward you get, you know, basically for the amount that you do during a day. The participation reward, you get some gold, and then last but not least, you also get the season reward once the season officially ends. So that's going to be pretty much how the system works. The next thing we're going to be taking a look at is going to be the team formation. So right off of the bat, I know a lot of players are checking out some Dark Subjugation videos, and that is perfectly okay, but a lot of those videos might be geared towards whale players or players that are investing, and this I'm going to try to give you guys as much free-to-play advice as I possibly can, because yes, I am a compensated player. I have not invested any money into the new version or the revamped version of Skylanders. So again, we're trying to give you guys the best tips as possible for those free-to-play players. And that's the first tip, number one, that's going to be about your team formation, is going to be a lot of free-to-play players out there are not going to have a variety of Skylanders leveled up. And with that being the case, it's going to be inevitable. You're only going to have 4 to maybe, I don't know, what, 6 Skylanders that you can actually use and bring to the fight. And with that being the case, you're going to definitely 100% going to have to bring whatever Skylanders you have leveled up the most. That's right. I can't stress that enough. I know a lot of people are trying to build specific team comps to run just in the Dark Subjugation, which is completely fine if you are investing money into the game, but a lot of free-to-play players are not going to have that luxury, besides just, you know, leveling up some rare units or premium units on the side of doing their normal gold farming or something. I guess you could easily do that and then maybe invest in some of those to pick up some additional Skylanders. But nevertheless, diving in, you're going to have to use whatever team composition that you have. So aka, looking at my team composition here, this is going to be my evasion team that I'm currently looking to build. And again, it's a work in progress. You know, I mean, I don't have my units maxed out at 6-star. I don't have them fully awakened at 6-star. I don't have them fully skilled. I mean, like, just taking a look at some of them here, you can see I have definitely got some skill ups on some of the Skylanders, but I definitely don't have 5-star gear. I don't have anything fancy on any of my my units. And you can see here Robo has some skill ups, but it's still nothing fancy, nothing major, easily to obtain by a free-to-play player in the long run. Now again, like I said, I did have some compensation, so that helped me out a little bit. Now, moving into the next tip, and that is going to be the subcategory. Some really good units to think about putting in your subcategory are going to be your hard hitters. So that's going to be anything and everything to do with knockdown, okay? So if you've got some knockdown heroes or some break status heroes, you're definitely going to want to utilize those because they work very, very well when you're single target focusing a boss. You're going to want to try to knock down the boss as soon as possible, basically, and as many times as possible, and you do that with these endurance down abilities. So something like this that does 4 endurance down on only a 2 mana cost is a very, very good skill to have. The same thing with Thunderbolt here, taking a quick look at him before we dive into an actual fight. Again, very, very similar. 4 endurance down, 2 mana cost. It's a very good skill, but his, in my opinion, is a little bit better than Igniter's just because it does have that ability to proc electric shock as well, which then just allows us to do additional damage. So again, Very, very good, you know, units to actually bring in here, especially for those free-to-play players. They're rare units. They're easy to obtain. You're going to get loads of copies of them, and so that's going to allow you to max boost them, as I currently have. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the fight, and I will give you some additional tips as we dive in. The first thing you need to know right off the bat, and that is going to be do not auto the fight. You 100% want to manual this fight. I can't stress that enough. I know there's some players out there that are currently just, you know, loading into the Dark Subjugation every single day for their 3 daily attempts, hoping to get the best score or to beat yesterday's score, and just get whatever rewards they're going to get. And that is okay. I get it. I understand. Nobody has a lot of time, you know, for grinding or whatever they see fit. But if you're watching this video, you're definitely looking to increase your damage. Therefore, you are willing to take that time to manual it. So definitely get in there and manual this. And we're going to dive into a little bit of some manual tips and what you can be taking advantage of. So the first thing is going to be, here is your subcategories. These are going to be those 2 Skylanders, aka our KOs, or our, you know, big heavy hitters. Ours are currently under leveled right now. They're level 55 and 66, but nevertheless, they're skilled up because they're rare units, very easy to skill up. So we've got their skills at max, and not only that, they're going to be the most endurance down skills that we basically have on any of our Skylanders. That's why they're here. So let's go ahead and load into it here. So the first thing you need to note is the first couple rounds in this specific phase. So there's 3 phases. The first phase is going to be up until 40,000 damage. Once you hit 40,000, it's going to proc over to the second phase. I'll show you that in a second. I don't know if we'll cover the entire fight in the video because I don't want the video to last absolutely forever. But there's 3 different phases. The first one's going to be at that 40,000 mark. It will then shift to phase 2, and then I believe it's around 120,000 is when it will actually shift to phase 3. Phase 3, a lot of players pretty much go into survivability mode at that point. You're not so much trying to focus on trying to min-max damage more than you are, you know, trying to keep your heroes or your Skylanders alive to continue, you know, to do more damage the next round. So again, it's not going to be the end of the world. Eventually you will die off. That's just the way that this mode is played. But drawing this back to the actual first point, and that was going to be, you only start off with a little bit of mana. The first phase is very, very easy. You're not going to take a whole lot of damage. So as you can see here, we're just going to go ahead and skip some of these turns. I mean, we're not doing any damage. He's just plowing on our Skylanders. Again, not doing a whole lot of damage, but we are basically looking to build up this mana. So that's going to be a very good tip. I just don't think it's very useful to go into the fight with proccing off one skill here and there to do a little bit of damage. Instead, I would rather skip my turn until I get something like this. You know, you get full mana so that we can start using abilities. And not only that, we are also building up on our first buff in the sub category. That is right. If you don't know, your heroes that are currently sitting in that sub slot build up 2 different buffs. That's going to be defensive up and attack up. So the longer they sit there, the more their buff is going to increase. And then once it gets to that max point, obviously you're going to be swapping them out before that happens. But when they do, like I said, and you bring them onto the field, they will have those additional buffs. And you definitely want to take advantage of those as much as possible to increase your damage output. So now we are ready to go. The boss only has 4 endurance. I've got several skills that are going to take advantage of that. So we're going to go ahead and proc off on our first provoke proc. Now he did evade that. That's unfortunate because we did just waste 3 mana, but we also don't get our first skill on our gear shift to proc provoke. So all right, whatever. We'll go ahead and attempt it again. We're going to go ahead and proc it here. We did get sprockets to land. So we're going to go ahead and take on the provoke. So we've got the provoke. It increases his evasion. If you don't know anything about gear shift, I will have a video coming out on him in the future when I do my evasion team comp. I've been working my butt off to build this team comp, and I'm absolutely having a blast. Now the thing that you see currently on the screen, and why is Boomer's first skill actually procking or provoking us, and what that actually is basically stating that this ability has the ability enough endurance down to knock down the boss. So you can see currently he's sitting there. We'll go ahead and use this skill and knock him down to show you exactly how that system works. And then because we had no other mana left, it ended our turn, went to his turn, but because he's knocked down, it flashes back really, really quick. And that also doesn't help too that I have, I guess, ×3 on, so it goes a little bit faster. We'll go down to ×2 here. All right, so just to give you guys an example, you can see the buffs have increased to 2 on our sub enemies as well, or enemies, geez Louise, our sub Skylanders. So let's go ahead and continue doing some additional damage. So let's go ahead and proc this off. I don't know why I'm lagging all of a sudden. Please don't do this to me, BlueStacks. I'm trying to record this video for the 12th time. All right, let's go ahead and continue doing some damage here. I don't have any really good abilities currently, but we are currently out of mana, so we're going to take a little bit of damage here. Again, we're still in the first phase, not that much damage, and he's focus firing on gear shift, which is what we want. All right, so currently at this stage, I'm actually going to probably utilize this skill to hopefully put parts onto the boss. I'm probably going to turn times 3 back on. I can't handle it. I can't handle it, guys. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're probably going to swap out or swap an igniter. We're going to use his second skill. Hopefully the boss does not evade. He didn't. We do get the knockdown, which is what we are looking for. And we do also currently have parts procced on him for 3 turns. So again, very, very nice. We're not going to use Boomer's first skill because we want to try to save that knockdown for when he is not knocked down. Does that make sense? So let's go ahead and continue using this. And because we don't have another skill, you know, to utilize that 1 mana that was left on that 1 mana gem, again, you might have to pause it, rewind the video. I'm sorry, just because I don't want to take up all of your time. All right, so the next thing you can see here, he does currently still have parts. So let's go ahead and use gear shifts provoke. So hopefully we did that. We did. Look at that, 130%, ladies and gentlemen, for evasion. Absolutely ridiculous. I love this guy. So the next thing you can see here is we currently have the ability to knock down the boss again with some skills. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's use Boomer's skill just because it costs less mana. And then we can also go ahead and pop him with a really big hit from Robo. So we're going to do as much damage here as possible. And then you can see we're already currently ready to go for the next knockdown. So we're going to go ahead and use that igniter. We do knock him down, but at this point, I'm actually going to swap igniter out with Thunderbolt just because he has that attack up. And not only that, he does also have another knockdown ability ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and just proc off the remaining mana that we currently have available to us. And then last but not least, you can see that our skill is currently ready. So our Portal Master shield is ready. And because I could say, yeah, let's go ahead and utilize the shield right now, but that would be a complete waste. And the reason being is because if I proc off this shield currently, what's going to happen is my turn's going to end. And then when my turn ends, then he is going to do nothing because he's knocked out. When it's his turn, it's going to come right back to me and my shields are going to be wasted and gone. So again, definitely don't want to run this on auto. You want to be manualing this fight as much as possible because you don't want the AI to be sucking up your Portal Master ability when it doesn't need to. So because Robo's skills are currently going to be one is currently on cooldown, and then you can see Boomer's skills currently, both of them are on cooldown. I'm going to go ahead and swap to Sprocket, even though she didn't get the buff, just because we can go ahead and utilize her abilities as soon as, you know, it's our turn again. So we're going to go ahead and end our turn. We're not going to use our shield, and you can see we already have Thunderbolt currently on the field with that attack up ability, and we're going to knock out the boss. So we're going to go ahead and knock him out. This is actually a really good situation to be sitting in for this specific round because we are sitting just under that 40,000. We're gonna hit that 40,000 just by utilizing the remaining amounts of our stamina, and we also have the shield buff ready to go from our Portal Master going into phase 2. So this is going to be what you ideally want, especially to maximize and mitigate the damage. So this is going to basically be what you want to be looking at. We are going to go ahead and what should we do here? Let's go ahead and hit him with nah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, whatever. Let's go ahead and just do it. I don't even care at this point. We're just going to utilize what we got because we only have 3 stamina left and we do have a couple 3 stamina abilities. I don't want it to skip the turn without utilizing my shield. So I'm going to go ahead and throw my shield on like this. And then we're going to go ahead and actually, I think that was a mistake. I don't think that he does any damage when he swaps over to his second phase. So I totally just fudged on that one. Do not use your skill at that moment because he is knocked down. I completely forgot about that. You know, looked right past it. Oh well. All right, so let's go ahead and utilize our little bit of stamina, do a little bit of damage, and again, this is going to be the start of phase 2, just so you guys get an idea of exactly how the system works. So again, that's going to be pretty much the brunt of the fight, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to waste too much of your time because, again, we've covered a wide variety of a lot of stuff here. We're going to go ahead and finish out the fight, probably off camera, just because, again, like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time. But we're basically just rolling through here. We're going to take a little bit of damage here, nothing too major. And you can see we're just climbing up the ladder here. And then our sub Skylanders are also getting those additional buffs. So we're going to go ahead and hopefully do some pretty good damage here. And then what should we do? We need to mitigate some of this. Let's go ahead and hit an endurance down of 2. We've got 5 here. Again, we'll take some more damage. Ooh, it kind of hurts just a little bit. Oh. All right, so let's go ahead and hit him here with another 2, and then I believe this will proc to do another knockdown. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for me for the video. So like I said, you know, if you have any additional questions, drop them down below in the comments. Hopefully, this clarifies some stuff for you guys when it comes to the Dark Subjugation. You definitely just want to try to aim to knock down the boss as much as possible. Use those KO units, and yes, you can even get those really good KO units from the rare category for your free-to-play players out there. But that's going to be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys have a fantastic Christmas Eve. I love you guys. Thank you guys for all the love and the support that you have gave me this year. And please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notification every time we drop a video. And I will see you guys in the next one.